Oh, more than a fluster. I've managed to get the shop set up ready for Stitch Queens on today, and I've brought lots and lots of projects, including this bag, which has had a really good response, but I think I'm going to blanket stitch the handles because it's getting a little bit, not worn, but you know, just want to give it a bit of an edge. But let's take a look because I've got 20 minutes before everyone arrives. So this is all a little bit haphazard, but I thought I'd show you what I'm working on currently. Let's get rid of the tea. So Stitch Queens is on today at Mount Vic and me, and that is just like a free day of just hanging out together, bringing projects and chatting and stitching and bitching and politicking. And I thought I'll bring a couple of things that I'm working on. And number one is this bag, which I've shown before. I've noticed some of the edges are getting a little bit worn. I think I started blanket stitching here and there. Maybe I didn't. I have along the edge here, so I'll do a bit of that just because it's getting, just where I've cut the fabrics, it's just getting a bit rough, and I thought that would be fun to do as a little quick project. The next one is the first side of a pouch that I'm doing. I love doing these pouches. So it'll end up having a zip here and a back and an interior, and will end up looking something like this one. Love them, they're so fun. Now, I thought thread was hanging off it, but no, it's just my threads that I've put inside there. So these are really fun to make. So I'm going to make a bigger one here. And I'm a bit like Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Baby Bear. Sorry about all the traffic. Those two, and here's, I guess, Papa Bear. This is a really big one that I've made and add a little tag to the end. Looks a bit like my bracelet, doesn't it? Which I also make. Look at this, threads everywhere. Is that threads? No, it's just the blanket stitch. So this is a much bigger one. I've got things like earrings hanging off them, and that's the other side, old doilies and things. And inside of here, so I like kind of having the different size pouches all together. So they're really fun. So this one will be a medium, small, and a large. And then inside of that, I haven't worked on this in ages, and I feel a bit guilty. So I'll try and do a bit of this soon, I think. This is a very big piece. It's a tablecloth, which I think will become a blanket. And I've shown this before too, but because I've been in Japan and running around and not really doing a lot of stitching, making books, I've been doing all kinds of things. So I drew these Staffordshire dogs and then painted them, and I've embroidered the little chains on them. This is all silk, vintage silk, the stitching there. And then I'm just adding more and more to it. And there's another dog on this side. So this is quite a big piece. And then I've done bits and pieces of levity and a cup and saucer. And yes, it's got a long way to go. But what I like doing is folding that up and keeping that in a pouch ready to take with me when I need a project somewhere. And I'm trying to work bigger. I'm trying to be bigger because I love doing things this size. It's much easier to knock over. But just, getting the hang of doing a bigger composition, working out what should go where. And I have lots of these bits and pieces too. If you look online at Mount Vic and me, if you're looking for slow stitch goodies, I have tons of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a little sip of tea. I've got like a rice tea. I've only got a couple of minutes before everyone arrives, and you know how I don't place a lot of priority on my YouTube videos. By the time I do Facebook and Instagram, which is my main way of chatting to everyone, I'm doing TikTok, Threads, what else am I doing? And now YouTube. Oh, have I gone the wrong way? I've just realized. Let's see if this works. So don't yell at me with my technique. Oh, it should work. Or was that going to fold over the front? Do I go the other way? Does it matter? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Oh, there we go. As you know, if you follow me, I get a bit panic stricken. I get a bit of performance anxiety in front of the camera. I'm going to just zoom you in, see if this works. Does that look better? So nothing exciting, just a bit of blanket stitch. And this, I find, really helps calm me down when I'm not on camera. It's so methodical. It's like I do find the Cantha or, you know, Sashiko stitching, like these little guys, the constant repetitive stitching is a fabulous meditation. Am I not even in camera? Probably not. My hands look a bit rough and ready. I was out in the garden again yesterday. So I came back from Japan and noticed there's been a lot of rain and a lot of weeds. I'm gonna pan you back out a bit, that's too much. A lot of rain and a lot of weeds, and so there's much to do. And I'm just aware of time. I've got to watch the time because everyone will walk in, and often I'll try and say to people, hey, jump in, do you want to be filmed? And they're like, no. And I guess I've gotten used to it more and more, having my own, you know, social media accounts. Not everyone wants to be filmed, do they? So this was just the ends were getting a bit rough because all I've done is attach fabric and not done much else to it, just Cantha stitched around it. But I'll just show you the difference. See, on this side, you can see there's bits of threads everywhere. And this will just give it a little bit of hold and a nice edge. A bit more professional. Professional, look at my slow stitching. I'm saying professional, that's so funny. So I'm thinking about going to Melbourne with a friend in June, and I'd love to know if you've got some ideas for great workshops I should attend, or would you like to come and hang out with me and stitch? I don't know, just some ideas. I'm thinking, I saw some good ones on Class Bento that I wouldn't mind doing, and I'm just getting it in my head, is this something I'd like to do? So if you've got any ideas, let me know what I should definitely look at. And I'd like to go to the art galleries. I'd like to have a look at the museums. Any great exhibitions. I'm just checking behind me to see if anyone's walking in for our Stitch Queens Community Day. I don't even worry sometimes about what colours to put on this. So you can see on those things I just showed you, sometimes I do definite palettes, and other times I just kind of use up what I've got and play, and sometimes I don't like it, and other times I really love the fact that it's so random. Like, I'm not a chocolate brown girl, but I've done things and thought, wow, I really like the browns and greens and oranges and autumnal kind of thing. So that's what I'm just going to do this with you quickly, just to check in with you, because I've been slack on YouTube and just posting shorts. I like doing everything on the vertical camera thing. We're almost out of this thread. I'll just tuck that in there and show you what I'm doing. So you can see on one side, it's like that, and then that side. And then on the back, which I can still attach some fabric, but just kind of finishes it. And I don't know, so this side, I think that was an edge. I think this was a kid's strap on a dress, so it's finished nicely, but this is getting all rough. So the blanket stitch will just help. I can cut all that away and then do it. Anyway, so that's what I'm working on there. And today, when everyone arrives, I'm going to keep going on this piece. Let's zoom you, oops, this way. So this piece, this was a bit of a sort of an Indian pillowcase with lovely big flowers, bit of doily, bit of lace work, like cotton lace off a doily. I'm just sort of working on this piece here now. This was some fabric I got in Japan. I love having little snippets where I know the story of where I've collected things. And this piece I got in Japan, I'm in love with it. Done a little bit of blanket stitch there, or what do you call it? Not blanket stitch, it's like a sashiko. And just bits and pieces, and these have got little textual bits. So there you have it. I'll check it again later. Bye.